This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, y'all. What was clear about the confrontation?
Go ahead, he knows.
Derrick James and Terence Crawford. It was really a non-confrontation. You got to understand, the hand that Terence Crawford played, it wasn't a dumb play, actually. It wasn't a dumb hand that he played. He actually played a smart play. The problem with it is he overplayed his hand. And I'm going to explain what I mean when I say overplay his hand. Terence Crawford, as you know, is a barking Chihuahua. Barking Chihuahuas, they bark. He had to do something out of desperation. And he had to do something to try to see if he could rattle or get in the Spence camp's head in some form, some variation, some aspect. And he did this with every intention. He did this with every mindset. He did this with every thought process. Let me see if this is going to work. This is the problem when you run into a brick wall. When you run into a brick wall, what ends up happening when you run, basically, or you try to run through a brick wall? The brick wall fights back. How does it fight back? It stops you right there in your tracks. As a matter of fact, you run, you hit the brick wall, and then you go back. There's a traction, and then there's a retraction. Let me say it again. There's a traction, and then there's a retraction. Derrick James is a cool, calm, and collected individual. When individuals are cool, calm, and collected, you cannot rattle them. You cannot put them in a position to where they can be shaken. They can be moved. If anything, you get the traction and then the retraction. And that's what happened with Terence Crawford. This is why at the end, he came back and shook Derrick James's hand. Because he realized, you know what? I overplayed my hand. And now, not only did I overplay my hand, this is actually not going to work in my favor, because now I just fed the beast. And who's the beast? Errol, the true Spence. Isn't he a megalodon shark? Isn't his whole ideology all about punishing you? Isn't he a punisher by trade? Isn't he all about obliteration? Isn't he all about total destruction? Isn't he all about annihilation? Isn't he all about devastation and a brutalizing variation of it? So what ended up happening is he just pissed off Errol the True Spence even more. So really, you have to ask yourself a big question here. Why did Terence Crawford overplay his hand? I'm going to tell you why Terence Crawford did this. He was trying to get out of the fight.
He knows.
You see, this is why I was saying that press conference, although it has a lot of funny moments, and although it has a lot of moments where it gets fight fans going and stuff like that, Spence versus Crawford don't even need a press conference. The fight sells itself. Let me say it again. Spence versus Crawford doesn't even need a press conference. The fight sells itself. Terence Crawford is looking for any form, any variation in any aspect to get out of this fight. And if that means basically trying to see if Derrick James falls for the bait and fights back with him, then Terence Crawford could say he got injured in his exchange with Derrick James. Or Errol the True Spence jumps in and him and Errol the True Spence basically go at it. Then Terence Crawford could say, you see, I'm pulling out of the fight because I want to sue Errol the True Spence. Do you see where all of this is going? This was the real reason why Terence Crawford did what he did. He didn't do it because he was trying to see if he can get under Derrick James's skin. See, I was giving y'all the bait. Now I'm reeling y'all in. I have to give you guys the real reason why he was trying to pull out of the fight. No one's going to tell you this. No one's going to explain this to you in this aspect. But in all honesty, that is exactly what happened. You're not going to hear it anywhere else. You're only going to hear it here. Because we're keeping the foot on the what? On the Knicks. We keeping the foot on the what? On the Knicks. This is He Knows Everything. Checking out.